Hi guys, this is Orsi and this is gonna be a video about decks that I'm gonna be using in September. It's already been a week of September, so it's gonna be a short month, but I realized that if I don't start doing again, like putting a selection on the table and actually paying attention to what to use, I'm just gonna be using the same 3 decks, which is not a problem, but I have more than 3 decks and I want to use them. So I'm gonna put these on my table, and there's gonna be different purposes for them, because I need a deck for the weekly reading that I'm doing, and I need a deck for the daily ones. So there's gonna be definitely one dedicated each week for those 2 positions. And other than that, I'm doing readings on my Hungarian channel regularly now, so I actually have a chance to use these. And because we're kind of moving into fall, even though I'm trying to hold on to summer as long as I can, there are some decks that are connected to the season of witchcraft, because we're approaching Halloween, but some are still, for me at least, give off that summery vibe. And also there are decks that I'm very familiar with, like my own decks, and there are decks that I want to learn to use because they use a different system and I never use them, or I was just putting them from one place to another and telling myself that, oh yes, I will start using them. So from now on, what I want to do is, put a mixture of new and well-trusted decks on my table, and every month I will just give you an update if you're interested in how they worked out, which one I liked, which one I didn't actually manage to use, because I'm sure that's gonna be like that, but who knows. So in no particular order, just how they are on my table. One of them is the Unfolding Path Tarot, which I was ready to get rid of, because I felt like it's too similar to the Lysieu's Tarot, because it's very colorful, it's a modern deck. But then I realized that, why would I need to get rid of a deck just because, it's similar to something else, especially when it has beautiful watercolor backgrounds, and I just love that. So look at that. So I'm gonna I don't like this Judgment card though. I'm gonna give it a go, and probably gonna be my weekly deck for the next week. So it's gonna be the first one to be used as a weekly, but then we will see. And the next one, if I can just close this one off before damaging the... Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry. Okay. I'm not damaging the cards, I'm damaging myself. The next one is the Psychic Tarot, which is an Oracle deck. It's a 65 card deck, and I got this as a gift, and I know that some people use this one and they have like positive experience with the deck, because it's kind of like a tarot deck, but it's not fully a tarot deck, so it's very interesting. So you cannot just be like, hey, this is the Fool, even though it's the kind of like the Fool. So I want to know which cards were because so far it looks like the exact same. Maybe the majors are still the same. Oh no, they're chakra cards. Okay. But okay, we have the majors all the same. Okay, that's helpful. So yeah, I wanna see how it works. What's the difference? It's not necessarily, or at all, I don't want to be mean, because it's not an ugly deck. I know beauty is just personal thing, so I'm not saying it's just not my art style. But it's not like I said, it's not like an ugly deck. It's just in an art style that I'm not necessarily into, but like I said, I'm very interested in what it gives me because of the keywords. 2 of Wands is a waiting game. That's interesting as well. But see, the 3 of Wands is partnerships and alliances. Or I don't even know if that Wands. I'm just... maybe that's not. So yeah, we will see. I don't think it's gonna be either a weekly or a daily pull because, you know, it requires too much to just check for it. But I think I'm gonna be using it for a reading on my other channel. Because for that I have, you know, I can just check it and then see what's happening. Next one is gonna be an oracle deck that I actually thought that I sold already. Because I used to have the tiny version of the Everyday Witch Tarot and then the regular one. I still have the tiny version, but I sold the regular one, and I was sure that I did the same with this one as well, but turns out I just lent it to my sister. Which, you know, I would love this deck if it would be smaller. And when I was decluttering the tarot deck, I was kind of feeling overwhelmed my collection, and so maybe I'm not saying I regretted it because I don't necessarily miss the deck, but every time that I look at the artwork, I'm just like, oh, but I really like the artwork. So maybe I should get back the big size, but then I'm like, do I really need that one? You know, I have so many other decks. So if I, you know, just keep this one and work this one again with this one again, then the itch is, so to speak, scratched, and I have the tiny tarot, so I don't know. Make a move. Okay, which direction? This could be a daily pull, actually, I think. Because it doesn't have to be a tarot, especially because I don't know if you guys are like that, but ever since I started tracking my daily pulls, I kind of have this, you know, like compulsion to, yes, I need to use tarot because that's the system that I'm tracking. I cannot track the oracle cards because, you know, they are too different in each deck, so I can't draw any conclusions at the end of the year. But at the same time, it started to get like too repetitive and too mechanical. And this is when my Aquarius side starts to get like rebelling against, you know, like the system that my Taurus moon set up, because, you know, it's always just against each other. But it's very hard to be like, okay, I'm gonna let go and not use tarot as a daily pool, because, you know, part of me is just like, but then I cannot be tracking everything. But my other side is like, so what? So I don't know, it's a dilemma. I'm working on it. Other deck, there's 5 other decks. That's not a lot. Or is it? Is it a lot? I don't even know. This is the Hungarian edition of the Antique Anatomy. Oh, so it's a really good cardstock. I'm very, very pleased with this edition, because other Hungarian decks were paper thin and, you know, they had no core and it was just horrible. But this one is definitely, I'm not gonna obviously rip it apart, but you know, it's springy, so it has to have a core, or I don't know, it's just good quality. And this is where I'm like, okay, we start to work with the energy of the fall, because, you know, decay, letting go of the summer is time to, it's upon me. I know a lot of people are like, yay, fall, but I'm like, nope, I don't like pumpkin anything. I don't look forward to the cold or the wet or the rain and the darkness, because, you know, if you sit in your warm house all day, every day, then it's not a problem. But our house is very technically challengingly built, if I want to be diplomatic. So it can be very, very cold during the winter months. So I'm not looking forward to being, you know, like cold. See, I just want the sun. I don't want warmth. But anyway, so this is definitely gonna be used in readings for my Hungarian channel, just like the Hungarian version of my latest deck, the Ink Drop Tarot. And this could be either, you know, like a weekly or a daily pull, because it's like just like a regular tarot deck, so it's a normal system. And, you know, I know the cards, so it's a good choice for me. Something else is I always forget what this deck is called. I forgot it and I'm still sick. So I need to cut off coughing fits. So I forgot it when I did the collection video. And then I had to select Tarot of Mystical something. I'm not gonna check it. Reason being that if I not, if I don't learn the name of it by the end of the month, then it needs to like come out again. Oh, Two of Cups. That was my daily pull today, even though I don't know why. I definitely don't feel any particular Two of Cupsy feelings, even if I look at the Two of Cups as, like my relationship with myself. It's just not, I don't think it's gonna be that wonderful Two of Cupsy day, but who knows, we will see. It's early morning, not very early, but early morning still. So this is definitely gonna be, because I need to know if I, like how are we getting along. And yes, I still need to make pouches, but I kind of forgot how to make these. I mean, I was so good at the stitches. I don't know how it's called in English, the type of stitch, but this was one of my better made decks. This one, again, gives me the nice autumny feel. Even though the books are, related to every season, but I definitely miss this deck. And this is definitely gonna be definitely gonna be part of reading for my other channel. I kind of feel like it would be wasted to be used a daily pull, so maybe it's gonna be a weekly one. We will see. I don't know yet, but definitely it's gonna be featured in the Hungarian channel for sure, which is good because I will have a chance to actually use it. And another one which shouldn't surprise anybody, it's, zombie season is upon us, so obviously the Zombie Oracle, my favorite deck of mine, is gonna be on my table. I don't think it's gonna leave the table anytime soon because, why did I make a deck for myself if I'm not using it? I don't care anymore. I was always self-conscious of using my own decks in videos because I always felt like people might think that, I'm just like pushing my own decks, and it always made me feel like I'm obnoxious about it or something, which I don't want to be. But then last time someone asked me about the pairing video that I posted, like why didn't I pair it with this one, and I was like, because I kind of didn't want to just put my own deck everywhere because it kind of feels like, oh look, I have a deck. But you know what, like fuck it, I'm proud of this deck. It's a great deck, and not everybody, but because I'm sure that it doesn't work for some people because we are different and decks are different, but a lot of people who bought this deck told me that they like using it, so why not be proud of it. So yeah, Zombie Oracle is gonna be here, and the last one, is it even here? Yes, is the this was a gift as well. It's the Line Strider, right? That's how you say it. Which again, it's such an interesting deck, and I never really had time to use it. I would say it's more so a springy deck. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the lot of whites, but I'm looking forward to using this one as a weekly and as a daily deck because I'm very curious what I will get from, for example, something like the Four of Cups with this imagery. And I also want to start doing, but we will see, maybe switching from just pulling one card in the morning, which I don't often take as seriously as as I could. I guess that's how I would say it. And do what Richie does from Longman Tarot, and pull a few cards in the evening, because I really need to set up, like a normal routine of ending the days, because I'm just like falling into sleep than listening to something, and that's just not good. So I need to separate those sections of my days better. And I also, you know, like I want to be mindful of how I spend my days, because I kind of feel like I'm just, you know, like in a hamster wheel all the time, and I look out sometimes from the hamster wheel and like, oh damn, another year has passed, and I definitely don't want to do that. So yeah, these decks are gonna be on my table, and about a month from now there's gonna be an update. So thank you so much for being here, thank you so much for watching, and if you speak Hungarian and you're interested, then please subscribe to my other reading channel as well. But yeah, see you in the next one. Bye!